I hath arrived. I did not think that it was going to be this snowy up here already, which I'm okay with because I like snow camping. So I'm gonna clear a spot. This is actually a campsite. I've been here before, but it's a free one and it's never has anybody in it. I have my kayak. Maybe I can sled down the mountain here. So yeah, there will be no catch and cook, but I had my fishing stuff. I still have my crappy slick tires, but four-wheel drive deader. Yeah, it's gorgeous. That snow sound when you're walking, it's like my favorite. So I'm gonna get my stuff out here and I guess start getting set up and figure out how I want to do my shelter for the evening. This is gonna be the locale here. I'm gonna stomp this snow down. I do have a little shovel in the truck, but I think I can knock most of it out. Some nice snow. Try to knock that out so that it doesn't melt when I lay on it later. Got the fire pit there in a branch. I think I'm gonna set up a tarp tent. So I'm gonna run a ridge line across and then I'm probably gonna pin it up in the middle and try to do a tarp tent like I did on the river. But on the river, it was I had a support pole in the middle. I think I can do it without the support pole and just do it with the ridge line running through the top of it. So I'm gonna get that stuff out and get the little camp set up here. So I didn't plan on a winter camp, but I plan on it being cold, so same thing, right? All right, next step is to dig this tarp out. So I got a wool jacket. This is one, if you are on my Instagram, you might have seen it. It's a surplus wool jacket, so that's another layer for tonight. I'm hoping it's enough. I didn't think it was gonna be this cold this fast, but well, I guess it's still early, so it'll warm up a little bit. So I do have that. And it's pretty warm for as thick as it is. You can throw that in a tree for now, and then I gotta get this shelter out. I usually only do this on the river. So I put a pole up in it and a food bag in the snow. But I wanted to try it with a ridge line to hold it up. So I'll show you guys how I'm gonna do it. I don't know how well it's gonna work. A little spice kit because I didn't know if I'd catch fish. I was gonna spice those up. Not now. The river, or not the river. The reservoir is completely frozen over, so that's not gonna happen. So we get the ridge line out here and get it set up, and then kind of go from there. Got my 10x10 tarp that I always bring because it's awesome, and the ridge line. We get to the next part. It's a little different having gloves on. I'm trying to keep my hands warm and do this at the same time. I'm making a hot mess out of this ridge line. Ho, 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 ho. There we go. There we go. I'm going to do a marlin spike hitch like I did before, where I don't have to wrap all that line through the tree. I just take and pull the cord through the end of it here and then spike it. I can show you closer whenever I get to that point. I'm probably going to have to raise or lower this depending on the height of my tent once I can start getting it set up, but that won't be a big deal. It's all learning experience. These gloves are not conducive to fine motor skills, kids and coaches. Just got my loop, got it through there, snug that down. Oop. maybe. It's easier on the side of the tree. There we go. To the other side. If you hadn't seen it in my other videos, that's the hitch I was talking about. So you just have a ball and knot on one end, and you pull the rope through it. Run your stick down through there and then pull against it. That way when you're done, you just loosen it a little bit, drop the stick, and the whole thing comes off the tree. You don't have to run all that cable through there. So I did a taut line hitch on the other end as per usual. So I'm going to, my little cleared spot there, I'm gonna take the tarp and I'm gonna set up the peak of it on that line and then run it back and try to stake it out. The ground's pretty frozen, I'm sure. So it's gonna be a party with these stakes, but should be pretty cool. I haven't done this shelter in a while, like I said, since the river days, so we're gonna give her a shot. This thing's been around campfires so much, it smells phenomenal. I love it. So normally with these, I will, it's a square, so it doesn't really matter if it's front and back. Go to the second point here, that's where I'll put my stick. Inside of it, probably doesn't make any sense looking at it, a hot mess. Inside of it like that, you prop it up, and that's kind of your center point there. So I'm going to put that piece on this ridge line, and that will be my stake up one. This is the second one. It's gonna be that one. Now I'm going to do this toggle. There's the 3 tight toggles I keep on there. Right now that's not going to be super tight. It's going to be able to fall off. I can tighten the line, and then as I stake it out, it'll make more structure to the whole thing. So it should work out. Yeah. We shall see. You can always do a lead to screw this up. Gonna show you real quick. For $4 I picked these up at a surplus store because we know I love army surplus, military surplus stuff. So they're just wool inserts. They're kind of scratchy, but as they wear in they'll get better. They give you a little more dexterity. So like my big winter gloves are great, but they are not you don't have a lot of dexterity with them. So these will give you more dexterity, and they have a longer cuff on them so you can actually roll it over to keep the wind out. But they're wool, so they are fire retardant, and they will keep you warm whenever they are cold as well. So yeah, just another option. Like $4, you can't beat them. Wool stuff is, I shouldn't say indestructible. Close. It's getting there. These stakes will not go on the ground. As you can see, they're way up because it's frozen. So you get metal ones, because I had a couple metal ones, and the thinner profile worked a little better. So these are really good for pretty much everywhere in the summer. So now I'm gonna have to get some for the winter, because I don't think she's gonna hold. So what I did go around and pushed up some snow on the edges there. That'll just help keep draft out. So I'll kind of seal that down a little bit. So I'm gonna probably do that some more. Got her on the back here pretty good. That'll help keep the draft out of the back of the tarp. Got that around there. So the only thing I have left to do now, for the most part, as long as these stakes hold, is these 2 tabs right there. We're gonna get folded back and tied to those. And that'll help bring the front of the tarp out. It's not as tight as I want, so I might have to do some adjusting, but this will be a nice little home. Booyah. Not bad. Got my little snow block scraped up around the side there. I don't remember, I don't know if it's because the pole was normally in the middle. I don't remember the entryway being so short. Like, I'm gonna have to crawl in there, which is okay. I guess it'll hold more heat in, but it's pretty sweet. I'm gonna tie out that center, where's my finger? That guy, to the sweet barbecue grill here, just to go from there up to there to help kind of perch that open a little bit. I think we'll be good though. Get my bedding set up in there and let it start fluffing out, and then I need to eat lunch because I am starving. It's pretty cool. I love doing that tarp tent setup. I had to readjust the guy line or the ridge line up higher because it was pulling down on it. And then I got to get some metal stakes because obviously you can see all these are sticking out. So I'm hoping I'll get some bad wind. It might blower smooth out of there. This cordage. Pretty much keep a bowline knot tied in the end of everything. Just makes it easier. I could do a marlin spike hitch through this, but I don't feel like going to look for a stick. So I'm gonna run that through there and then just put the loose end, the running end, through the loop. Pull that through, and that will attach that bad boy. And I'll run it back here to right in front of where y'all are. And you've seen me do this a billion times, but wrap it through there. You go across the top. It's a taut line hitch. Then you go two to the insides. There's 1 and 2. These gloves are keeping my hands really warm. They're great. And then if you go underneath, like make a number 4 when you're looking down at it, pull it through. That's your 1 on the outside. Put them together, and it's going to be kind of loose. And then as you slide that knot, she'll tighten up. So probably going to trip on that. It's not the best place to tie that up, but here's the deal. Nobody else is camping, so it's just me that has to worry about it. Take that extra cordage and try to water up there. That didn't work well. You get it. Alrighty, next step is laying out the bed stuff. So, crawl in this bad boy. Yeah. Oh, too low. Air well. So I want a ground sheet, so I have this poncho that I always bring. It fits in a little top compartment on my Alice pack. So this is going to be my ground sheet. What I'm going to have to do here, I got it buttoned for a poncho. I'm going to undo it and double it over. It's sitting on my sleep pad right now, but no big deal. So then I'm going to take that and fold it over on itself so that I have a area to lay my bed back here. This thing is stiff. Might be because it's like 26 degrees out. Ooh, I gotta get my little, whatchamacallit, my thermometer so I can tell what temperature it is. It is definitely, I hope you can hear me, definitely warmer in here than it is out there. There's not much wind, so that's a good sign. So we're gonna put that there. I think I had more room in these before. I don't know. So put that there, and then I'm gonna sit on my knife. I'm gonna transition my narrow ass to this poncho, blow this thing up, and then I can get my sleeping bag out and put it in here. I brought some summer sausage and smoked Gouda for lunch. So that's what lunch is gonna be. So I'm gonna eat that here shortly, because otherwise I'm gonna die. I think that's the ticket there. Bruh. It's not warm, not super warm. I'm about too long for this thing, the way it's set up. Guess I could scooch my head up a little bit. But yeah, that'll keep me inside, keep me dry from any precipitation. That's gonna do it though. It's flat. Now it's time for the sleeping bag and lunch. Sleeping bag situation, as the per usual, is on the bottom here. So we're gonna pop that bad boy off, and this bag's gonna want to fall. I'll probably move all this stuff into my shelter at some point. Yep, it's just gonna fall apart. You set you down here. Here, you sit there and watch me pull this off of here all climactically. That is ran through that guy. Who hooked this up? Idiot. Okay, so sleeping bag's in there. We're gonna take her in the old shelter. Oh, this thing is so low. That snow is not warm, guys. I don't know if you were thinking it was, but it's not. So, oh, my knees are freezing to the ground. So the big thing here in the winter is to try say try and keep your stuff dry. So I used this in my, I don't know, my last video. This is a newer purchase, because I had a synthetic and I got a down 0 degree sleeping bag. It's not as thick as the other one, but it's down, so it compresses. So I don't know. I've had it down to 26, 25, 20, 30 degrees, something like that. And it did really well. I got my pillow in there that I always bring because I'm bougie. Get this out, so it compresses down to almost nothing. And then I'm gonna lay it out, and it's all smashed up now, but as it lays here, it's gonna fluff and stuff. Just gotta find the end. So down does not insulate very well when it's wet. It clumps up. So you want to keep it dry is the key Bob. So I have it on this mat, so it should be good. Too much crap going on here. Put that out there, let that fluff up. Probably won't fluff with my bony butt on it, but that's okay. So there are little corners back here where the tarp folds under that you can use to throw gear. I'm gonna put my bag in here at some point. Start moving all my stuff in here. I know it's not supposed to snow or anything tonight, but just in case. Nice. Probably need to wash this thing. It's got doggy hair on it, but it's a comfy boy. What was I going to tell you? Oh, so a lot of times people say that you shouldn't blow your stuff up in the winter because it'll get moisture in it and it'll freeze and screw it up. Which, I mean, it makes sense if you're looking at the physics of it, and I'm sure it's because it's happened. But I don't know. I don't have a pump to do it, and I'm not going to buy one, so I guess I'll take my chances there. Something else you can do if you have extra clothes and you want to keep them a little bit warmer than just outside, i.e. my other jacket, I could stick it inside this sleeping bag to kind of insulate it. So I might do that. I'm going to go grab my lunch, and I'll get back with y'all. There's that snow on my butt. There's that butt snow all over my thing. Butt snack. Got my little food bag that I made. I didn't bring s'more stuff, but not to fear. I picked these up at a gas station, peanut butter M&Ms, so I can still be a fatty McFat. I did get some new stuff since I always use plastic bags for everything. I kind of felt bad, and I remember one trip I had a ton of plastic bags for separating stuff, and I was like, oh, I bet people are freaking out because we use so much plastic bags, which I kind of was too. I didn't really intend to do that. So I got these on sale on Amazon because I get everything on sale. It was a Black Friday thing. They're the stasher bags. They're silicone and they're reusable. I've been wanting to get them for a long time, but I'm cheap ass. So this has bacon and a piece of cheese for my breakfast because I'm going to do an everything bagel over the fire with cheese and bacon, and I have eggs. If I didn't break them. Here they are. They're probably about frozen. Nope. They are, ooh, little crack. Little crack. Just be gentle. I need to find a better way. I need to get one of those little egg carton things. I'm gonna set those over here for now. There's lunch. So I got the everything bagel in there. I was gonna go fishing, but the lake's frozen, so that's olive oil. Last time it froze in my pocket, so I'm gonna keep that out in probably my sleeping bag for breakfast. I got Spam in here and some ramen, which will be dinner. Got my everything bagel. Eventually I'm gonna get some beeswax wraps too, I think. Ooh, pretzels for my lunch. Sometimes I forget. So this, I've been thinking about doing the sausage thing for a while. Oh, another thing, this bag I actually waxed, so it's not waterproof. It's very, very water resistant canvas, so I shouldn't have to worry too much about it. I'm gonna set it on my tarp anyway. Being that it's frosty out. Starving. I'm probably going to make a little fire early just so I can warm up, and I like the smell of it. Oh, something else I brought that I made recently, and I don't know if I'm gonna do it or not, is I made a oilskin tarp, like my canvas one that I have that weighs 1,000,000 pounds. Some people make them out of bed sheets. So I got a bed sheet, it's a queen size. Soaked it the same way. It took forever to dry. I sewed some tabs on it over this last week. I might tie it up and make like a wall around off the side of my tent. I don't know what the purpose of that would be, but I kind of just want to do it. Since I'm not going to be fishing all day like I'd thought. Let's get this smoked Gouda out. I had the whole thing of summer sausage in here, and I was like, I damn sure don't need that. I need the whole thing. This kniff out here. I didn't bring a cutting board. This thing is real sharp. I could use a piece of wood, but I'll just be careful and do the old slices. Lay that down. Oh, I need to get some cheese. Yeah, so a little long-winded segment here. I hadn't been out for a while. Last time I went out, I took Sam to K-Bab. We were going to do an overnighter, and I got out there. I wasn't feeling it. So we decided not to. I say we, I mean me, because you can usually say a lot. So we came back, or went back. It was a lot of driving for one day, but it was worth it. I didn't know if I was going to go out at all. And I wanted to, because it'd been a while. So I ended up going and doing the day thing, and it was just enough. So I really, really enjoyed it. Now I keep slipping with this knife. It's making me nervous too, kids. I don't think you're supposed to eat the rind on this, but I don't really care. Got a new knife. It's a friggin' Adventure Sworn. It's awesome. I've been looking at them for a long time. Didn't know what I wanted for Christmas, so I asked Sam, and he said he'd buy it for me. So he may have used my checking account, but he did. It's nice. It's 01 steel, scanty grind. I had it done custom. It's green canvas micarta. You probably saw these pictures. I took pictures of it for my Photoshop class, which is done finally. I got a 98 in that class overall, so that was awesome. So my next one starts in January. But if you follow me for a while, you know that I like OD green and orange. So it's got blaze orange liners with the OD green canvas micarta. It's a bigger grip Coke bottle knife, but it feels really good. I haven't played with it much, so I'm gonna beat the crap out of it on this trip. But it is razor sharp. I still like my other knife, and I'll still use it. I'm just gonna rotate, but it's nice to have the options. I'm gonna cut this cheese in a different way. Yeah, you can see it's not a dull knife. I probably should have got a piece of wood. But I figure I can have some cheese and some sausage, and then maybe I'll get a little fire going. I remember seeing my grandma doing this with potatoes when I was a kid, cutting them like that, and I was like, how does she not cut her finger? And it was mainly because you cut off to the side. You don't quite cut down the center. Don't worry, I'm gonna pick all that crap up. I'm not a heathen. Yeah, it's a cool spot. I haven't been here since myself and a buddy of mine came out here with some of the neighbors and brought some kids out here. I did not think it was going to be this friggin' snowy though. It's crazy. Which means K-Bab is at higher elevation. I bet it is covered in snow. Alright, I'm rambling, been rambling. I'm gonna eat and see what I want to do. I've never really been one for making a gear line to hang stuff, but with the snow, yeah, maybe that's some first world problems if I'm used to having dry ground. So I got my Kuksa hanging up there. I retired my handmade one from a friend of mine because it was starting to crack and it was too cool to crack it. So this is another one from another friend. And I'm gonna beat it up till I tear it up, and then I'll have to get another one. I got my fire kit hanging up here. Check this out. New patch. I don't actually hate all people. There's dog hair. Thanks, Sam. I don't actually hate all people. I just don't like masses of people. That's why I come out here. Joe Robinette patch. My skunk merit patch from the river this year. It's so weird. I still don't know what's going on with that. So, yeah. And then I got my little Yuko lantern there, so I can put that up later and light it up. I got my bed set up in there, GoPro, when I was talking to you guys. And then I got the little corners. I'm gonna put my bag in there. I'm gonna sit in there and eat some lunch. Went for a little walk after I got done eating to try and get some feeling back in my toes. So what I'm gonna do now is take some of this random cordage here and tie together, and I'm gonna make a tie out to hang my bag from the tree. So that way I can keep it off the ground, and I don't have to put it in my shelter. Put it in this, God, words are fun. Put it on a tree so I have it out here. Then move it in my shelter later. Those two together. I don't know if that's gonna be enough to go around it or not. We shall see, folks. So all I did here was wrapped it around, did a Canadian jam knot, and then just made a little slip knot through there. Put this extra stake through. Can you still see it? Dropped in the snow where you'll dry. Oh boy, where's my angle here? Not great. Wow, first time. Okay. And then if you have a handle on your bag, you can slide that up through. Oh boy, camera and everything. And then it'll hang. It will hang. Sweet. Now it's off the ground. Hanging up. Good to go. I don't know if I told you, but it is, I checked the truck. It's 25 degrees. I'm gonna break some of this stuff down so that we can have a little fire. The knife out here. The blade away from me. Split that. I'm gonna split some of these smaller pieces down to make my kindling so that we can have a fire. There's not a lot of sticks around. I mean, a lot of them are in the snow, so this is going to be an easy way to do it. I can also I might make a feather stick out of that one. So I got some littler stuff over here as well that I can use, and then that way we can have us a fire. My hands are getting numb real fast. It is freaking nuts how cold it is. All right. Let's see if we can hit it again. Getting some good stuff stacked up here. Some good little stuff. I should be able to get this fire going pretty quick. I was gonna do a bird's nest, and then I decided not to. So I want to screw with it. I did pull some bark off the trees. It's the bark that I use all the time for my bird's nest because I got it from here. And I'm actually out now, so I might collect some before I go home, but we'll see. See if I feel like messing with it. Yeah, girl. All right. So between that and this little stuff, which I'm going to try to keep on my little pad here so it's not too wet, we're going to get a fire going. So I'll bring you in close for that bad boy, naturally. Just to coax this thing along, I got a piece of fat wood I'll keep with me here. I'm gonna use, that's why it's good to have a 90-degree spine in the back of your knife, because you can take it and make some shavings, some wood shavings, without sacrificing the sharpness of your blade. It makes those little fuzzies, and they'll take a spark really well. So I'm gonna make some of those over here on my mat, and then get back to building this fire. That's not using any of my blade. It's just the spine of it. So those little curlies will take a spark really well. Notice I have a full grip on the knife. Keeps you more control. If you need to push harder, you're close to where your grip is. So I'm not going to do a ton of these, just enough to get this going, and then I might make a feather stick that will kind of save my fat wood. So I'll just have to scrape all these up into a pile. Sweet. See if we can't get this little see if we can't get this going here. Come on, baby. There we go. You notice I have a little piece of wood here. It's kind of props it up to let air go in there. So that'll keep that breathing, so I'll smother it. Something I've been trying to do more of with fires lately. It helps, and you can always lift it if you need to let more air in there. It should go. It should take a second. It's not even a big fire, but it feels good already. Said it was a high of like 41 today. I'm questioning if that's going to be reached at any certain point, considering it is not super great out right now. It's a little chilly, a little frosty. Went back to the thicker winter gloves doing that wood. Not that I don't know, I could have done it with the other ones too, but I think I'm gonna do some coffee. Might warm up my guts a little bit. It's gonna be a cold one in the morning. I'm gonna have to get my butt up and move around as soon as I get up. I'm hoping I don't go to bed too early. It's gonna be dark at 4:30, which is crazy. It's 13:25 now, so a few more hours. I don't want to go to bed early. I want to, because I don't want to be up at the crack of dawn. I say that, and I always am when I camp, but it'd be nice not to be dark out when I'm leaving, but we'll see. We shall see how it goes in the morning. But I think I'm gonna get some water on, get some coffee. I don't know what I'm gonna do. We'll see. I talked about putting that tarp up, and I don't know that I'm gonna. I don't know that I'm gonna put my little shelter in there, but my GoPro's about frozen. That's the other thing too with cold weather. I said it in another video I did in the snow. Make sure that you are keeping your electronics like in your pocket or in your jacket or something on your body, because otherwise it will suck the life out of the batteries. Same for headlamps. I've got a battery charger pack that I have in my pocket because I can't really charge anything if it's dead too. So yeah, it's a good thing to have those ready to go by keeping them warm. So bonus footage. If you haven't seen this bag before, this is a medium ruck. It's called a Alice ruck. From back in the day, back in the military day. They weren't waterproof, but I did use some waterproof spray stuff and sprayed this whole thing, soaked it and let it sit. So it's supposed to be pretty water resistant. This pouch up here is supposed to be good. Their things are really tough. They're heavy. They have a frame that goes with them. You can carry it without the frame, but they carry a lot better with it. They are heavy, but they carry well with the weight, if that makes sense. So I like them because they are buttons and they're just really tough, and you can correct them out in the field pretty easy. Hi, I'm going to get my little coffee bag here and get some coffee out. I just put some water in my boiling pot on the fire because I want to have some coffee. I already got my kooks out, so I think I'm just gonna do some instant, and then I'll probably cowboy coffee in the morning. Yeah, it's a little coffee bag. I like it. Works pretty well. Pretty well. Ooh, I still need to write a little journal too. I brought a book, but I never hardly read them, so we'll see if I do or not. We'll see what happens. My toes are getting cold, so I gotta keep moving around. Keep some blood flow in them. Today's coffee is brought to you by Folgers. Folgers Nor Golden Dust. So this is pretty good for instant coffee. It's not great, but it's better than the coffee you didn't have, and it's not Dollar Tree instant coffee. Dollar Tree's got some good stuff in there, right? Like you can, especially for camp stuff. Their instant coffee sucks. That's better than the coffee you didn't have too, but it's not far from that. It's pretty rough stuff. I'm getting the itchy head from having a wool hat on all day. I forgot about a chair this time too. I didn't bring my chair to make because I didn't think I would have the wood, which I was correct. And I haven't got it out yet, so I need to do that. Hoping this water boils soon. I've got my kooks all set up. Yeah. Little sugar, a little instant coffee, a little good deal. So I'll have that and hang out by the fire and put my toes by it and trying to melt my boots. The pickles are cold. Well, pickles, this Carhartt hoodie is the business. So I realized too, walking around, let's see if I turn you. So the sun is hitting that part of the valley, but the way that it is, because of the angle of the earth this time of year, it will never hit my campsite. So that's why part of the reason it's colder. I walked down the road and went into the sun earlier, and it made a huge difference, obviously. So I might have to go venture back into the sun, absorb some of that before it goes away. Or I could go up the side of the mountain there, but we'll see. One of them sounds easier than the other. Yeah. I'm gonna go mess with this fire and get this coffee done. I don't know if I've said it before, but something about being out camping makes like black coffee that much better. I like black coffee, but I usually put a little bit of half and half in it at home. But when you're camping, I quit bringing the powdered milk because I didn't really need it. I'm using the shit out of this. This thing is awesome. This is a tough possum gear. I take it with me on all the trips. I usually use it for a seat, but I've used it for a kneeling pad to process tinder on. It's got a little pad in it. That's awesome. But I really like it. It's tough, and it keeps the cold off your butt too. If you want to sit on the ground with it, you can strap stuff to it and whatever. I always take it in the back of my bag. So got my little spoon. I stirred up my coffee. These little wool gloves are the business. Smoke in my eyes. Smoke in your eye. There's a song, I can't remember how it goes. I was gonna sing it, but I'm not gonna. It's called Smoke in Your Eyes. It's an old song from like the 50s, but it's a really good song. Sorry, that was probably painful to watch. It was painful to do too. That thing is, it's warm. I gotta get this fire going. It's just a smoky boy right now, and I need some heat from it because my piggies are cold. I got my chair set up here. It's the little REI Flexlight chair. And then I got the underquilt for it, which makes a massive difference in keeping your butt warm. It hangs below it a little bit, so it makes a little patch underneath it to heat your butt. I also have a whoopee with me in the bottom of my backpack, which I need to drag out. I can either use that for a little cuddle blanket tonight or to put over me. You just gotta be careful by the fire, because last time I did it, I had a hot spark burn a hole in it and I had to stitch it. and it was a gift from somebody who was in the Air Force and retired that was issued to them in the 90s. So pretty sweet stuff. That's my like first winter camping video I did, like an old one from maybe almost a year ago now. I'm gonna get this fire going again. It's just kind of smoldering. And get some heat and drink my coffee, and then it might be time for writing in the journal, taking some cool pictures for the gram, you know, the normal stuff. I got my thermometer out, so it says 26 degrees now out of my Possibles pouch. So I'm gonna hang it out here for a while and see what it says, and then I'm gonna hang it in my shelter and see if there's any difference, even a few degrees. There's gotta be in there. Once I get in there, it'll make a big difference because it'll trap my body heat, but yeah. It's still pretty cool to be out here. It is literally cool, obviously. You can tell by what I'm wearing, but it's cool to get out. And I like snow camping. I don't know, it's like type 2 fun. Like my toes are almost numb right now, but there's something exciting about it. So give her a shot. I'll catch you guys in a little bit. Look at this beautiful steaming cup of Joseph here. Ooh. Welcome back, people. I ended up making a cup of tea as well because it was the hot coffee was just awesome, and I was like, I don't need another cup of coffee. I don't want to stay up all night, but I don't want to go to bed early. Like I said, that took a little lap through the woodlands there to see if I could find some more firewood. I found a little bit, just little sticks and stuff. I'll probably take another lap too. So I think I mentioned it. If your toes get cold, it's like everybody's instinct to want to stop walking around and sit and try to like bundle them up and get them warm. Obviously more insulation will get them warmer, but if you can move around, you get blood flowing and it warms them up faster. So yeah, even if you're walking in the snow. So if they're wet, it's a different story, but yeah, sitting them by the fire, they'll actually warm up quicker if you're walking around. So I've been getting up, walking around because my toes are going numb. I'm probably gonna find some more wood at some point. The fire's fighting me because there's a lot of snow in the bottom, so it is trying to put the fire out because it's melting the snow and turning it to water. So I keep having to fan it back to life, but eventually it'll dry it out in the bottom, in the basin in the bottom, and it'll be good. So random, this is what happens when I'm out here by myself. We had Batman on the other day, and at work in the background, because there wasn't much going on. Anyway, all I can think of is Bane. Like, I've got his voice stuck in my head, so I've been walking around doing Bane's voice out here. But yeah, that's what happens when you're out and it's cold. Maybe it's pre-hypothermia. I don't know. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I think my scruff's keeping my face warm. You think? Maybe not. So I got the old pick 'em up right there. There's an extra wool blanket in there that I always keep in there, so if I get cold, but I got a 0-degree bag, I should be fine. It's at 20 degrees now, and it's not dark out, so it's gonna be frosty. But I have firewood over there. The fire's going now because I fanned it back to life, and I've gotten some good pictures, I think, so we'll have to put them in Lightroom, see what happens. Yeah. It's been a good little day. I'm afraid I'm gonna end up going to bed really early just because, why not? I wrote in the journal. I got this from my buddy, and I've been flipping through it when I camp, but I'm probably gonna dig into it quite a bit here because I'm just sitting here, and it's a survival guide. So this company sells kits and stuff, but it has different ways to tell horizon based on the moon and all kinds of stuff, map scales, and there's a ruler in it and a Fresnel lens for starting fires and everything. So I always had this with me, and I flip through it, and I don't dig into it, so I might as well dig into it now while I'm sitting in the snow. So I'm gonna do that. Okay, so I got the whoopee out. As you can see, if you've never seen a whoopee, this is a poncho liner. They used to issue them out. I don't know if some branches do. I don't think the Air Force does. I've never had one issued, but I've got them. I've purchased a few. And then this one was given to me. So I was gonna show you guys. So this is bark that's off these trees out here. And it comes off in these long strips. I collect this to make bird's nests, and this is what I do a lot of my bird's nests that I blow into flame. Let me get you an angle here so I'm not trying to lean into it. So sorry the background's blown out, it's because it's so white out. So if you take this, comes off in long strips. See how it's fibrous? You can pull it apart. And then what you can do, you get little pieces like that, is good for your bird's nest. But if you get them longer, try to do a couple pieces here. And this shit makes a mess, but that's fine. So if you braid it, you can make rope, or if you twist it. So if you can get it on, pin it on something, and then twist it first, it will make a rope, a good rope. And you can braid it together to make cordage. So if you're running out of 550 cord, you need it. There's a way to do it so that it's all together, but if you take the 3 pieces there, and then anybody that knows how to braid, I'm not great at it, but if you braid it together, you can make twine out of it. Sorry, so not the best at braiding. Another option that I like to do, because I think it's easier, is if you take 2 pieces. Oh, that was not long enough. Not doing a very good job of showing you guys this here. 2 pieces that are similar in length. So you can take them together, and you'll take one of them and twist it. You got to kind of hold it as you go. So leave one of them lower and twist. And as you twist, wrap it around it. And it'll make cordage. You have to have a lot of this stuff because it's pretty thin, but as you twist it, it'll become stronger, and it is fibrous. So then you can kind of move down your hand there. You're twisting this part, and then wrap it over. And then you want to twist, and then wrap it over. So then when you get to the end, you can tie it together, and it will make cordage, and then you can tie things up with it. I wouldn't use this to hang your hammock with, but you could use it to suspend a bag maybe, or tied together a firewall. Sorry, I'm cold. But then it comes together and makes like a decent rope. It's not super strong, but it's pretty strong considering what it came from. But yeah, you tie that together and you'll make rope. Or you can make a fire out of it with a bird's nest. So just something else to do. I'm out here messing with stuff. I'm reading this little survival manual, so it's cool to mess with this stuff. But yeah, it comes off in these long strips, or sometimes smaller, and this is the stuff that I will wad up. And this is actually damp. And then put my stuff in there and blow it into fire, my char cloth. So, multiple uses for this stuff. It's good bark to do it with, because a lot of trees don't have the bark to do it, it's too thick. So I got a wad of it already in the truck to take home, so I'll let it dry out at the house, and I'll have more of that for bird's nest. So just thought I'd show you something else there. Welcome back, lovelies. So, it got dark real quick. It is, oh, what's going on with this watch? I need a new battery. 16, oh yeah, I need a new battery. 1654. This battery's in the same battery since 2013. So, you probably can't see much of me. You see the fire. It's almost 5. I'm gonna go ahead and make my breakfast, Jesus, make dinner. I've got my little stove that I usually bring. There's a grate on this fire, but I want to be able to move it. So I can move this. You can't see, there you can see the light. I can move that. I can't really move the other part. So I've got that. I'll get my Spam out here. Since there were no fishes today because of the frozen lake, I did go and drive around the lake, and I did not know that road was that cool, so that's exciting. That'll be a further exploration at some point. So I think, man, Spam smells like cat food when it's raw. That's probably why people hate it. So I'm gonna take that, put it on my grate. I gotta move my pot, because my pot is currently dead center of the flames. So the water in that is probably hot enough. It's been sitting there all day. We're gonna put the spamalland on there and let it cook. So once that gets cooked, I'm going to actually put the noodles in now. Put the noodles in and have them boil in the water, and then the Spam will go in there. And then I brought my seasoning thing, so I'll probably put some garlic salt in there. Because why not? It can't hurt anything, right? I got it. Might as well use it. So I'm gonna get this cooked up so I can eat some din-din. And then I'm gonna hang out by the fire until I feel that I need to shut her down, Charlie Brown. It is like 24 degrees. There's no way in hell that it's only gonna get to 21 tonight. That's fine. I'm not worried about it. Smoke, heat. Yep. So I'm gonna boil this. I think these noodles are about done. I know the Spam probably is. We're going to cut it up here proper on a log, because that's how we roll. You know what they ought to do? If they injected Spam with, ooh, she's a spicy one. Injected Spam with, like, I don't know, maple syrup. How friggin' awesome would that be? Cut, cut. So have you ever noticed when you cook Spam, unless you don't eat Spam, that there's always like this little skin on the outside that it doesn't want to go through? That's what we're having an issue with here. Take the glove off so I don't get Spam juices everywhere. Yep, that's what it's doing. So I'm gonna cut all this up so I can put it in my meal there. So I was just remember I brought Gouda cheese for lunch. I put some Gouda cheese in that hot mess that I'm making here with that ramen. Would hit the spot. So that's gonna happen too. I gotta get in the tent and get it out. It's in my food bag, which is the downside of having a tent instead of a tarp. Even though it's a tarp tent. All right. Now, I'm gonna put that in there. We are gonna be about time to eat, kids. I know you're excited, unless you don't like Spam. We've established this. We're gonna call that done. You may be wondering, Self. Hey, Self. Oh, Smoke. Oh. Why all the high fat stuff, right? Like the Spam and the sausage for lunch and the Gouda cheese. So when it's cold out, your body will actually use the fats to produce heat to keep you warm. So eating higher fat content stuff when you're camping is a really good idea, especially when it's cold out, mainly when it's cold out. So I try to eat pretty healthy normally anyway, but it's camping. I don't eat like this every day. I'm gonna definitely hit my sodium content between the Spam and the friggin' ramen, but that's fine. That's okay. I didn't eat breakfast, and I had a little baby lunch. Man, this thing has been sitting in the fire all day, and it is dirty. She's nasty. It's supposed to be stainless, but it is black. I'm always amazed at how well it cleans up, though. All right, let's see if I burn the crap out of my mouth. First bite. It smells like Gouda. So Gouda. It's really good, but it's really hot. And in this temperature, it's going to go from really hot to probably icy, but that's okay. It's been a good day. Good day chilling. Time hasn't went by slow, which is usually good. Sometimes I get bored out here. There's plenty to do with between writing and building and thinking and everything else. Ooh. Started, I don't know if snow's falling, if I got animals coming. Snow's been falling all day, so you keep hearing it. I took a little chunksy out of my finger in my glove. Oh well, that's why I'm wearing gloves instead. Oh, you gotta see this gnarly scar from my my little hatchet accident. You can't see it too well. Right there. It's I got a divot. It's a good one. But she's healed and it doesn't bother me or anything, so that's good. Been extra careful. After I did that, I went back and did more research on better ways to use a hatchet or an axe and how to be more safe with it and, you know, that kind of thing. So I definitely used some of those on this trip. Yeah, I probably should have figured that out in the first place. Some of that's campfire smoke and some of it's steam in my face. And that's campfire smoke. Oh. Good Lord. All right, I gotta get that back in the flames and get some of this food in me. Well, can't guarantee that it'll be the last time I talk to you tonight, but I finished eating dinner. I'm gonna hang out by the fire. There's water frozen to the inside of this. That's what the Crispies are. My phone's getting real slow, so I'm guessing it's getting cold too, so I'm gonna put it in my pocket, warm it up. But I think that's gonna be it for the evening. I'm gonna sit here by the fire probably for a couple hours and hang out, but maybe edit some pictures that I've taken today and just kind of relax, try not to freeze to death. So I will give you guys an update in the morning on the temperature, and then we'll get to breakfast. I'm sure it'll be an early morning, because that is the norm for your boy getting smoked out again. So I will catch you in the morning. The wind kicked up. It is a frosty boy. Look at the inside of my tarp. It's like all icy. That's where my head's been from breathing, so yeah, it's holy crap, it's cold. Cold it is. Where's my little thermostat? Yeah, bud. 20, about 20 with the wind. Gross. All right, it's 1 a.m. I think I'm gonna go ahead and get up. I gotta pee. I might just go ahead and get up, start a fire. I don't know if I'm gonna start a fire or not. We're gonna see how windy it is out there. It sounds like crap in here, so if it's too bad, I'll probably just pack my crap up, but we will see. Look at that. There's ice on top of my head. That's crazy. Oh boy. Oh boy. We got a little lighter and a waterproof sleeve there. Brr. Should do it. All right, guys. You know, I gotta stir my coffee here. So, I was tearing down camp while I was waiting for that the water to boil. That wind is making it where it's not a great time. So what I'm gonna do is drink this coffee and tear down camp and take it to the house. I'm gonna make that banging bagel food when I get to the house, but I'm not gonna do it out here because it's friggin' cold. My hands are getting numb. That is really hot. Anyway, my air mattress, the valve on it, it's an older version that has a screw valve, and they replaced it with a different valve. It's frozen shut from my breath, which is what I was saying last night. So yeah, I just folded it in half and threw it in the truck, and then it'll thaw out and I can drop it down later. So I got crap all over me, snow and stuff. This fleece, this wool jacket in the surplus store is fantastic. It's like best $10 buy ever. Oh, that is amazing. So I'm gonna do that, tear down camp, and then head back. So thanks for watching. I noticed I'm getting a few more subscribers lately. I don't know if it's from word of mouth or what, but if you guys like what you see, tell people and share it with them so they can come watch it too. Because the more people that share it, the more people it gets out to. Maybe it gets more people out. Obviously, this is not 70 degrees and sunny, but it's still fun. You're not gonna die. Well, you might, but maybe by watching me do it, it'll give you the gumption to go do it yourself. Catch you guys next time.